In the beginning, God created a beautiful world of paradise called the Garden of Eden. It was a perfect place, filled with lush trees, sparkling rivers, and animals that lived in peace. Among all of God's creations, there were two special beings, Adam and Eve. They were the first humans, created in God's image, and lived without pain, fear, or worrying. God gave them a wonderful command. They could eat from any tree in the garden, except one, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God told them that if they ate from this tree, they would die. Everything seemed perfect, but little did Adam and Eve know, the peace of Eden was about to be shattered. One day, as Eve walked through the garden, she was approached by a serpent. This serpent was no ordinary creature. It was cunning and clever, and it began to question Eve. Did God really say you shouldn't eat from the tree? The serpent twisted God's words and made Eve doubt. "You won't die," the serpent whispered. "God knows that if you eat from it, you will be like him, knowing good and evil." Eve looked at the fruit. It was beautiful, and she felt a desire to taste it. What harm could it do, she thought. So, she took a bite and handed it to Adam, who was with her. He ate it too. The moment they ate the fruit, their eyes were opened, and they realized they were naked. Fear and shame filled their hearts, and they tried to cover themselves with fig leaves. But it didn't end there. When God came walking in the garden, he called out to Adam and Eve, asking where they were. Adam, trembling, admitted that they had eaten from the forbidden tree. The consequences were now inevitable. The peaceful garden they once enjoyed was forever changed. Sin had entered the world, and with it came pain, suffering, and separation from God. God spoke to Adam, Eve, and the serpent, declaring the consequences of their actions. For Adam, life would now be filled with hard work. For Eve, pain would accompany motherhood. And for the serpent, it would crawl on its belly forever. But even in the midst of the punishment, God made a promise there would be a future hope, a Savior who would crush the serpent's head and restore what was lost. And so, Adam and Eve were sent out of the garden. It was a sad day, but it was also the beginning of a new story, one of redemption, hope, and God's great love for his people. What do you think the world would have been like if Adam and Eve had obeyed God? Why do you think it was so tempting for Eve to eat the fruit, even though God had told her not to? How do you think Adam and Eve felt after they realized they had sinned? Asterisk. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing Bible stories.